And a pleasant good morning to you from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas. This is Ramon Scott, and welcome to the morning steam for Monday, September 9th, off our first big NFL Sunday. Really fun, spectacular day. Hope your bets did well. We hit some, we missed some. We'll get better with time here. I think we hit some pretty good ones, actually. Maybe came at you with some ones that maybe were a little bit contrarian here. Maybe we'll do the same tonight when the 49ers host the Jets in an anticipated game. Man, the primetime games have been on fire. Certainly the 3 games this week, including last night's game. What a finish. What a game in overtime. Yeah, we don't like the rule. Maybe they should get another chance no matter what. But you know what? Regular season, you don't want to get anybody hurt. Get in, get out. You had your chance. You should have won. You get a touchdown, you win the game. That's just the way it is. If it was a playoffs, remember, the other team would have got a chance. So no big deal. I say that. I don't want to disrespect anybody who lost or won on that, but just the way it is with the rules, even with the little confusion. Chris Collinsworth didn't know the rules here, and look at where he sits right there every Sunday night. So we'll get it back here and take a look at the action from yesterday in the NFL. How'd you guys do on that wild Sunday? Steelers win at Atlanta. Justin Fields, 200 yards of total offense, and they didn't get a touchdown, but Steelers are in first place, 1-0. Boswell, 6 field goals. Steeler defense, 3 turnovers, 3 sacks. Kirk Cousins, a couple interceptions. Steelers 1-0. Bills in that thriller against Arizona yesterday. Josh Allen, big 230 yards, 2 touchdowns. Kyler Murray, over 200 yards of total offense. Bills did have 4 sacks. DJ Dallas with that exciting kick return with the dynamic kickoff. That was a dynamic kickoff there with the Cardinals. Maybe you got the money, maybe you didn't. Close one there. 6-point game might have landed on the number. I had played the Arizona and those contests, so consensus play. I think maybe you got it done with that hook. We had the Cardinals on a consensus play here yesterday on the show. We did hit the side and total in that Steeler game. Also, by the way, had Steelers here, of course, on the show. Had under as a premium play. Bills at the Bears win at the Titans with that, Ty Stevenson, 43-yard interception return. The Bears defense does a very nice job. Caleb Williams, 93 yards, got the win. I guess that's what I kind of measure quarterbacks by. Will Levis got the loss in that one. Bears win it. We went with the Titans. But Titans were a pretty popular play yesterday, but we went down with team. We did have the under here on the show. That one got home. Bengals at the Patriots, the big one, right? When it comes to all those survivors, maybe a third of the field out in most contests, some contests even more yesterday. Bengals lose 16-10 to the Patriots. Ramondre Stevenson, 120 yards. Joey Slye, 3 field goals. Brissett, maybe he outdueled Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow only had 165 yards in the loss yesterday. We did give out the under on the show yesterday in that one. Texans and Colts, 29-27, real spectacular game for the offenses. We said that was the one, even though I touted the under. Yeah, I had a loser, but I was feeling like, that 49 was looking pretty ominous there, and it did go over. Certainly, I rolled with the Colts in those contests, won by the hook, but Mixon, 160 yards, Diggs, a couple of touchdown catches for the Texans. How about Nico Collins, gang? He's back, right? Look at the weapons. Stroud, 239 yards, 2 touchdowns. Richardson had that great, beautiful long pass, still 9 of 19. I think the up arrow still for Richardson. It feels like here, 212 yards. I mean, it's better than a lot of quarterbacks did yesterday, and that was against the Texans. So obviously, Miami over the Jaguars. Tua, 338 yards yesterday in that one. Yeah, maybe the Jaguars could have got the money for you with that hook. We definitely had the under in that one. Tyreek Hill, 7 catches, 130 yards, a couple of tickets. Jalen Waddle, 109 yards, and the 52-yard field goal there by Saunders. Hill, the 80-yard reception there. Trevor Lawrence, 162 yards in the loss. Saints crush the Panthers. The Panthers right now, they got to be on the bottom of everybody's power ratings at this point. Even the Chargers are nearly a touchdown favorite on the road against them next week. Derek Carr, he's maybe the star of the day. 300 yards and 3 touchdowns. The Saints outgained him by 200 yards. And Bryce Young, couple of interceptions. Not great. The Vikings over the Giants, 24-6. Or was that the Montreal Canadiens out there that the Vikings beat? Sam Darnold, couple of touchdowns. Aaron Jones, nearly 100 yards. 5 sacks for the Vikings, a couple interceptions. Daniel Jones, 186 yards, 2 interceptions. Kay Adams may have broken up with him, not sure yet. Trying to get the scoop on that. Seahawks over Denver, 26-20. Geno with a 34-yard touchdown run. Kenneth Walker, a touchdown. 3 takeaways and a bunch of sacks. And Bo Nix, 138 yards on a lot of attempts. I think it came out to, I don't know, was it 3 yards of completion, a couple of picks for Bo Nix. So hopefully it'll get better for Nix. Denver got the money for the most part with that backdoor 13 points. Sure was scary there late, wasn't it? I had the Seahawks as a pretty strong play yesterday and lost, no doubt about it, in that one. Dallas, big story, obviously, with Dak Prescott signing his big contract, went out and got 180 yards. It was Kevontae Turpin, though, with that big 60-yard punt return. Brandon Cooks, a touchdown catch. Aubrey booming him from 50 plus. Watson, 2 interceptions, 6 sacks. This is not working. I love what Fanta, if you guys are into the announcers like I do, Johnny Fanta ranting online about the Browns. Yeah, that's bad. It's broken. Where are my Browns fans, Thomas and gang here, not feeling good about the Browns at this point after what we saw. Yeah, we had Dallas here. We had Dallas as a consensus play. I hope it was me that, because certainly Cleveland was getting attention from the gamblers, but I came out strong on Dallas on the show yesterday, and you guys pretty much agreed with me, making him a consensus play. So hats off to the chat. Huge win by Dallas by 16 points. We had that one. I think we can definitely take a victory lap here on the show over a game that certainly the Browns are getting plenty of attention, but we were strong on Dallas. Tampa Bay, 37-20 over the Commanders. Baker, 4 touchdowns. Jalen Daniels, 272 yards of total offense. It almost felt like he did a pretty decent job, actually. But Austin Eckler, it's not going to work. I don't know if this is going to work. I don't think it's right. He'll have better, get him at home, I guess. Maybe we'll see there in that one, but just didn't feel right for Eckler. Maybe because maybe he's out of my Charger uniform there. Speaking of the Chargers, how about it? I came on here, maybe even against some of our chat, but eventually I won you over. You guys went consensus with me on the Chargers yesterday, or actually I went with the under in the game here on the show. I used the Chargers as a premium pick here yesterday with my picks on winnable, and Chargers and under for sure in that one. Yeah, the Bolts, they didn't look too good early on. They had some pretty bad plays there in the first half. This isn't a great team, but when we can beat the Raiders, I got, Razor and the gang making fun of me a little bit, celebrating a Charger win. We beat the Raiders. I mean, come on, that's all we need right now to get this thing moving. And right now, when you got a coach that wins 70% of his games in his career in the NFL, I'm high on the Chargers, gang, and I'm going to keep maybe roll. Now, next week's going to be tough, 6-point favorite, but we had him. J.K. Dobbins, poor J.K. Dobbins. We saw it last year too, right? Can't run all the way down the field. He's a great breakaway back, unfortunately, but he just can't do it with those knees anymore. But still, he was the star of the game, 138 yards, had 2 huge runs. So only if he had breakaway speed. Herbert, 144 yards passing. Chargers got a McConkey, and you don't. So McConkey's going to be the type of player that Harbaugh's always going to have that type of guy, and McConkey is it now. Dicker the kicker, 3 field goals, and the Charger defense, of course, got to the quarterback. They got issues, certainly. Minshew, 250 yards, but interception, fumble, 4 sacks. Chargers get it done for me here. And last night, great game. I was on the air with the guys across the street over there at PSR. Rams and the Lions. The Lions certainly made it look easy after the Rams used all that energy in that comeback. Without those players, man, down to a third string left tackle was getting toasted there for a couple of plays, committing penalties. They're missing 3 linemen there. Puka Nacua goes out. They still were able to come back, force the overtime, but Montgomery's a man. Detroit didn't trust him enough, actually. They probably didn't even need overtime if they could use Montgomery, right? Stafford, over 300 yards passing. Cooper Kupp, 14 receptions. He's the all-time leader now in double-digit reception games for the Rams with 12. Passing up my man, Torrey Holt. But those knee issues for Nacua, he had knee issues in camp, so we'll see. But Noteboom left the game. Avila left the game. And so maybe some problems here for the Rams moving forward. I don't mind. They definitely out coached the Lions there, and my favorite Applebee's waiter, Dan Campbell. But last night we were on the Rams, and they didn't get the money with that late touchdown, no doubt. All right, want to say hello to everyone in the chat, reviewing the games there. That's the type of coverage that I want to have here on the morning steam. So thank you. I see tons of comments with that monologue. And so let me roll through it because we don't have many games to talk about today. And I just want to chat with the chat pretty much today. We get ready. I've already took a look at next week's lines as well. Got my schedules out and maybe even played a few games last night. I love to bet these games early. Maybe we'll talk about some of the lines. Want to say hello to Dre coming in early. He had a good day. Hopefully we were able to help a little bit with Dre, but we'll always get his suggestions and heed their advice. Lando's here. Good morning. Joey, thank you for your support here. Subhuman in the chat as well. Thank you. Join us here on Sports Money with our team, man. Things are growing rapidly here. We have a new Twitter account as well at Sports Money Wins. So please check that out. We just started it. We're going to send out the show there on that eventually. All of our media coverage, right, or videos, and we'll see what we do with that. But we're definitely have a new account here for our channel, Sports Money, your channel, Sports Money. Luis, great day here for the team. He says, our Tomps, thank you, and thank you for all of your support. And we need a new, I kind of like the, we're going to send it out to Peasy. We'll probably get something a little more hip and with it, but I kind of like the groove. I'm just picking one of those we don't get in trouble with. Joe, yeah, Mike's got the fire. We used to have an intro. We can't use that one anymore, you guys. You know that. So, all right, Jermaine, hello. Justin, hello. And let's see here. Thomas Lewis, he's talking about uh, Deshaun Watson, right? Man, I didn't even get it. We could have gone deeper dive with Cleveland there, it felt like. AOD, thank you as always. Philly Eagle Flyer, great weekend of action for the Eagles. And let's see here. JW, hello. Thank you. Patrick in Ottawa, hello. Fernando, hello. I'm saying hello today because, there'll be days where, let's just have time to say hello to a big week. And we got a good game tonight, obviously. Let's see here. Who else we got? Everybody's commenting in the chat. Amsterdam, what else? Hello. And JW, yeah, you know what? Could have a few veterans here for sure. Markel, hello, thank you. Regular, well, and we were on them, right, Markel? We're going to be on them in the regular season for sure here. And what else? That's it. Thomas talking about the Browns and Cowboys game. And I think we've gone through most of the good. You guys are having a good conversation in here. Looks, thank you, and hello. All right. Make sure to follow me on my new information e-commerce platform at Winnable. Go over to www.winnable.com/Ramon. The QR code is in the upper right-hand corner, and there you can get my stream of information, including my premium picks here. I'm going to give you picks all day long here on the channel every day, of course, but usually going with my second best a little bit here. We'll give up my best plays over now at winnable.com. I have a free account over there where you can just sign up and I send out picks, and we're just picking up the momentum, really. I'm just trying to understand the flow and what I want to do with it, but I want to know what you want from me in those updates. And, some of it's time-based with me, but I'm going to try to provide more information over there. So please sign up, get the free subscription over there at Winnable with me. And also, I have a paywall there for my best plays, but it's really cheap. And I just want your support. The way you support me here on the channel with Mike M and the crew is just maybe subscribe to those premium picks. They're just very inexpensive, but I just want to know you're part of the team. Use the promo code STEAM. Save 20% off all the packages. Hey, if you want a cheaper package, DM me, but you won't. So please check me out over at winnable.com. When you go over there to Winnable, like I said, you can click that QR code or whatever. I was going to show you here, but all of a sudden I have 3 cheese baked penne where I was having the Winnable app. So no, here we go. I got it now. I never got to the 3 cheese baked penne last night here. So you go over there and check it out over at Winnable, and you'll see it'll come right up. And just like that, you'll see me there with the subscription of options available as well. You just scroll through, and you can subscribe for free here to get my access, and you'll get free plays here, including the NFL plays yesterday. Premiums went 4-2, I think, here yesterday, including the Chargers. This is a high-tech show here. Mike's going to make fun of me here, but do want to show you exactly. I could call it up on the screen, but this is just easier for me. We had those winners yesterday, 4-2. So we'll have more tonight. I laid off the late game actually off on the service plays. I usually am not going to lay off of a primetime game, but I think what I saw, and I flopped in the late game. So I'm not saying right or wrong, but the loss, bad game for me. So I didn't get anything out premium. I wasn't feeling that comfortable with it, I guess. All right. So thanks for listening to that, you guys. And check us out. Like I said, here, Sports Money, new X account coming as well. We do have it out there, just a few. We're going to send out all of these live shows out there as well. And Mikey's got some big things planned for you here with Sports Money. So thank you for being part of this channel, and I'm a part of it. This is official. Mikey and I and the crew, don't forget, it's their channel. I'm new. I'm the new guy here. So just looking to contribute and be part of the team. But we've talked about, what we're going to do here moving forward a little bit. It'll be pretty awesome here at Sports Money. All right. Few comments here, I think. Let's see. Yeah, maybe we can talk a little Survivor. Yeah, I was on Cincinnati too, and I only played one Survivor, and I'm out. I'm out. I thought about pivoting like a lot of people when you thought about the Bengals and their, the receivers. They weren't going to have a great core, but it doesn't seem like a good effort. If you're Cincinnati, they're losing to the Patriots, and maybe the Patriots give them credit here, not only defensively, which really was the story there, but they got a little bit done enough offensively. And again, people kind of they're kind of bagging on my Ohio friends a little bit for a bad day with those two teams in the NFL. All right. All right, that's it for the chat. We probably can get ready to start the show here today, and it's going to be a short one. I mean, we'll be out of here maybe by the top of the hour. So just thank you for joining me today. If you want to talk about something here, let me know. The African Cup of Unders is underway, and I did take it under there and see if there's any score yet. Senegal and Burundi. We got some soccer out there today with some Champions League, CONCACAF Champions League out there, and also UEFA Nations League today as well. So just trying to find some sports here. It feels like JW. Thank you for being a member. All right, let's talk a little baseball, or a little NFL. Little NFL. Let's talk NFL. What do you like tonight in the game with the Jets and the 49ers? It's been heavy here with the action with the Jets. I mean, this is a huge public dog here, and it immediately scares me. It's so heavy, it feels like, with the Jets. I'm not sure that even with a hook that I want any part of them. I think the chat's probably going to come in with the Jets. It feels like the Jets are going to be hugely popular here. The numbers already point to it as being a huge public side. And look, I got the line even short here. The Niners are up to 4. How is that? Man, the public's all over the Jets, it feels like to me. And here we go. The line is moving up here at this point, showing 43.5 virtually everywhere at this point. But, oops, I just erased the whole graphic. I got a little greedy there trying to update it. Let me just type it in again. We know that. Here we go. 49ers now -4 and 43.5. Even the big time trends, this is after all, Monday night games. So the trends kind of favor the Jets. Some of the most interesting trends too. In fact, non-conference Monday night games, last 44 are 22 and 22 for the home teams in interconference games, AFC versus NFC. But listen to this. The home team in those 44 games where they've split the win 22 and 22 straight up, 11, 31, and 2 against the spread. So they don't cover these games hardly at all. That is almost just 35% covering the spread of these home teams in non-conference Monday night games. Well, there's some context to that, right? I don't know if there's anything to discern when an AFC plays an NFC team, but that trend has evolved. Maybe you're not as focused or not as intense of winning the game, so you just get it done possibly. Again, it's still just 500. So also, Super Bowl losers don't do very well early. Maybe the trends for me isn't what the factor is in this game. I've got, an Aaron Rodgers coming in here, obviously off the injury, finally, hopefully get him back on the field. But how much rust could there be possibly with a guy like Rodgers? Talks a good game, certainly, and the Jets are brimming with confidence coming into the season here, certainly like they're going to all of a sudden not be the Jets anymore because of Aaron Rodgers. Hey, hopefully that is the case. We've seen veterans come into New York and, well, quite frankly, not turn it around here. But, Rodgers is special quarterback, certainly on the very end of his career, no doubt about it. Meanwhile, with the 49ers, I think all's pretty good over there, despite all the noise out of there. You know what? They're a little bit of a drama team. Wanted to say the Q word there a little bit, but the Niners are a little bit about drama, maybe a little bit too much here, but I don't know. They still got Brock Purdy, the man from Perry High in Arizona, right? I watched Perry High this weekend beat up on one of my teams, and I was only thinking about Brock Purdy and how he could outplay Rodgers here. So I don't want this public dog in this one, gang. I don't want the Jets here for me, and it's going to be tough to cover a number here that I don't know, slightly gone up, but I think the Niners are going to get this one. I think they are going to cover in this game, and I'd be concerned that the Jets can't get more than a couple of touchdowns here out of this one. Quite frankly, let me see what the chat has to say. There's not too much from you so far, but maybe I'm contrarian because let me see, handicappers are overwhelming with the Jets here. I'm showing right now pretty broad survey here, gang. Took in a lot of information here, but it's been all about the Jets. Basically, 55 top-notch cappers that I like are on the Jets here. Meanwhile, I could only find 20 on the 49ers. So I don't know. That's about 70-ish percent of cappers on the Jets here. A huge majority are on the under in this one. And man, I don't know if I can necessarily disagree here. I expect the offenses, the Jets better bring some defense, is the way I kind of feel about it coming into this one if they are going to be having a chance and get that money and maybe even get that win. Let's see what you guys have to say here. Like I said, I feel like I'm a little bit. Thomas will ride with me. Luis is on the Jets. Jermaine says A-Rod. Go under here. R. Thompson, of course, with those Niners of the heart on the screen. Hello. All right. And Jermaine, maybe kind of agreeing with, I still think, right, we have a Super Bowl. We have two Super Bowl contenders, according to the odds. There's nothing other than Aaron Rodgers, right? Have they really made enough? Do they really have enough, kind of like the Niners, and all this money? All the worries are about the money, it seems like, with the Niners, right? With Ayuk. And, hey, look, give a guy like Ayuk credit, right, for stepping up and just say, we'll work it out. Let's just play, see where it goes. And also Trent Williams. Okay, I get it. The Niners haven't had a lot of work together in the preseason. Nobody had a lot of work in the way that looked like this weekend with all those penalties. Wasn't great play out there. Some exciting play, certainly, but the preseason, get it down to 2 games, pretty much a joke anyway. So I think Aaron Rodgers, hey, keep him healthy, keep him upright. He'll probably improve. Maybe he will turn these Jets around. But first game out against a machine like the 49ers here, just basically that close here a little bit for, winning the Super Bowl. So Patrick going over tonight. And if anything, I will say that I think Patrick, at least with his over, maybe I'm hinting at the under a little bit, but fortunately here, he's getting the best of the number here, it feels like, with a number that was as high as 45.5. So maybe the sharp money's pinned it down here a little bit, moving it under here for the most part. And let's see. Thomas says that Niners have more talent. Dre says give him the Jets and under. And that's my issue, Jermaine. Hey, if the Jets turn it around, great, but I want to see it first, right? And Art Thompson, right? Because I don't know, I'm a big John Lynch fan, Art Thompson, and I don't know, he kind of stirs it up. I think he kind of plays that game a little bit. I don't think he's like, I want to make some comparisons, but I don't want to be wrong. So I like John Lynch. I just think he knows how to play that game a little bit. His family are good business people and everything, or, I don't know about shiesty or anything like that. I'm just saying he knows how to work it a little bit behind the scenes. I really feel that way. Real Deal Prime, nice to see you. JW says, hey, look at the all-time series here. Yeah, we know the teams don't meet too often, that's for sure. 49ers to cover. Orlando's on the Niners. Philly Eagle Flyer going to tease this one. And, man, I don't know. Maybe we should cover teasers here. Teasers were great for me this weekend, but so many people are kind of with all they changed the rules, the payouts aren't as good. Yeah, I get that, but also when you see some movers and you need to get back in line with the line, I love me some I love super teasers. I love 4 and 5 team super teasers, but uh, I don't know if I'm going to burden you guys with those and try to reel off 5 teams and basically when I'm giving out a team, right, I'm probably going to like that team in the teasers. So you know how I play it here. I just give out sides and totals. I'm rarely ever going to be um, giving out some plays where I prefer some. It was some of the discussion last night on one of the shows that I was on about. You got for example, the side on what was last with Detroit last night, right? Say you have the Rams, like I did, and I still want to take some offense with Amon-Ra St. Brown. Well, I did do that a little bit, but maybe that was just for show purposes. I don't really want to go against and make a different bet. I know I compliment you guys in the chat a little bit saying, hey, you guys are making some bets where you do have a prop on one side, but you have the money on the other, and you should get paid better than what books offer, quite frankly, in a lot of those cases. But I'm never going to kind of go against myself. So when I give out sides and totals, I kind of want to even go a little bit further. Yeah, props are a little bit different. Maybe we could cover some props in the game and who I like tonight to get it done. And again, I'll just give you my favorite players. I'm not going to reel off necessarily. Let's take over 4.5. When I'm giving you a player here, it's going to be liking his yards, his receptions, or not, too, because look, to me, one of my pet peeves is everyone just taking positive prop picks, right? Completions over, yards over. You really, quite frankly, should have 50-50 over props and under props, I would think. Unless you're strictly focused. Look at Joe. Joe T or on our panel. He only likes the overs. He probably just throws out the unders. I don't think he's ever gonna say I only pick overs because he only focuses his attention on those. And certainly the ones he doesn't pick are probably ones that he maybe prefers it not to go over. Don't mean to make an example of my man Joe, but he's part of our great team here. And he's Mr. Over. I mean, he tells you. He says F you're under. All right. Well, I'm on. I don't want to give away the premium here. I'm going to take the Niners to cover this one as my pick here on the show. Did we get it all? Did we get everybody's plays in there? Let's see. Jermaine says he's going 49ers alternate run line here. Alternate run line, alternate spread, alternate run line too. Yeah. So Jermaine says fading the show. So I think he feels like the Jets are getting most of the attention. Feels kind of split to me right now. And let's see, JW saying 49ers versus AFC. And they lost to the Ravens and the Bengals, but they'll get the win here, he says. And Thomas says, I've talked everybody into the Niners, so I don't know. Like I said, who Jermaine was hinting there that the chat was on the Jets. Thomas has determined we're on. So I feel like I've influenced you because there is just no way. And I don't say it's good or bad, but the Jets are a huge public consensus in my opinion. So if you guys are rolling with me a little bit here, and Thomas is tallying it up, he's got his phone, he's got his pen. He sees more of you picking the Niners. Was it me? It had to be. I mean, unless you guys are like me, maybe that's why you're here. Or you're like me a little bit, and we are market savvy. I think here is what I feel like. Rodgers to get over 250 yards and 2 touchdowns. If he gets that, Jets are going to win. And I guess I could be talked into a blowout, but all right. Yeah, just if they go out and beat the Niners tonight, or maybe even cover, hats off to them. But like I said, they've got a lot to prove at this point. Man, a few more comments with you here. Patrick, 49ers money line and over. That might be a pretty good safe bet, and maybe I'll sprinkle some of that too. Do a little parlay action here in this one. All right. Darren, good morning. Hello. And let's see here. Brees Hall with his rushing attempts going under. And Brees Hall is definitely some a positive for the Jets. I mean, there's definitely I'm in on Brees Hall. I'm not necessarily tonight. I think this is the key for me in this one. I think I was getting some brushback, I thought, from the show last night. There was a little brief discussion on tonight's game. I love McCaffrey tonight, certainly. And hey, if you followed me on this show, there are some situations where maybe I'm not taking McCaffrey as a big play, but I've got McCaffrey to have the big game. McCaffrey tonight, he's going to be the guy that gets it done. I actually think that the Jets can slow the passing game a little bit down of Purdy here, but I do think that Samuel and Ayuk, look, like I said, whatever that we want to call them, rusty or whatever. Okay, I get it, but I think for me, I'll look to the running game, or also the passing game a little bit of McCaffrey. I'm actually going over on him with a lot of McCaffrey. That's square. Now that's square. And like I said, anybody's going to come in on the Jets, right? And they're like, hey, I like the Jets tonight, blah, blah, blah. And I like McCaffrey to go over. Okay. Well, good luck with that. I mean, that's fine tuning it, certainly. But, it still could happen that way. I'm not saying it, but I'm not going to end up canceling any winning bet on the Jets because McCaffrey ends up having a monster or a bad game or something and they dominate them. So, also for me, so that's my main interest there, McCaffrey here. And don't forget, maybe a little bit deeper on the Niner, maybe they can get some other action in there. But for me, I'm down on the Jets running game here with Hall tonight. Look, I love Brees Hall, but I'm not sure against the Niners it's going to work out for him. Rodgers, I actually have him kind of neutral here. I'm not fading him necessarily, but I am concerned about how he distributes the ball today. I would think, look, Conklin at tight end is probably the best option. I would probably try to get him, if I'm involved with the Jets, get that tight end involved because I have concerns in this game with Wilson and Mike Williams, who – okay, they got him on the cheap. I get that. He's coming back too. He hasn't played in a year, basically. So the Rodgers and Mike Williams is awesome. I'm sorry that he's not on the Chargers anymore. But Garrett Wilson, as your number one, I think that's where I have some issues here as well moving forward with this Jets. I just don't know if they are the explosive guys here right now. So kind of down on those guys. I do like the Jets defense. I think this is their best opportunity here as well. That's where they can excel tonight. And if they can play great, obviously, I'm trying to find ways to get the Jets backers here a little bit of confidence. I think that's my favorite unit of the night here would be the Jets defense. They're going to have to step up and have a big game and take care of get to Purdy, basically get to Purdy, because if he gets any time, it's going to be Debo and Ayuk here, it feels like. All right. I think it's all clear right now. We talked about it a little bit in the chat there with you guys on that injury front and all the players that are in and out of this one. And Jets cleaning it up here. Lots of guys ready and in. The injury to McCaffrey, I'm not necessarily, calf injury always is of a concern, but this man's how durable is he? He's very durable. He's always been incredible, actually. So Hufanga, he's out. The safety for the Niners, they're doubtful with a knee injury. Aaron Banks, questionable. He's got a little hand problem here. D. Winters, the linebacker, out, as well as Gross Matos, the defensive lineman, out. And Pearsall, I believe, is out of this game. Not a factor yet. I mean, not with this group, right? Pearsall is a great prospect, but the Niners have a great group too here. So Zaire Barnes for the Jets, he's out with an ankle injury. Wes Schweitzer, the offensive lineman, he is out of tonight's game with a hand injury. A few more comments from you, and that's Monday Night Football. Darren, 49ers and under. And, I like what JW had. Look, that's a pretty good number. Like I said, I'm not going to usually non-correlated plays, but if I were to try to round it up with the Jets, I think Conklin is my man here. I would also maybe look to beyond the Jets' top two receivers, maybe their touchdown comes from someone else here, or two touchdowns. We'll see. All right, Jermaine there. I think we've got great comments from you here. And I only count by threes and sevens. Thanks, you guys, for your comments here. And just you know what? There's not, and you're not going to get much value with CMC, right, Justin? So I'm still kind of rolling it over here. If I'm going to be playing, I am going to be playing some props, and they're all probably going to be McCaffrey. I've got McCaffrey to start tonight. It's funny. I don't think I can just broad brush this one, but when I see him on the injured list, he's going to play. I'm usually pretty excited about it. Like it's all going to be good. All right. Thanks, you guys. Appreciate it. Brees Hall to go over here. JW's got a lot of offense, though, today, for sure. And that's going to do it for the football game tonight. All right. We got 10 minutes or 15 minutes. We'll go over some baseball here, it feels like. And, we'll even talk about the teams that are not in contention. They've only got 9 games today, and I'll cover them here with you right now. Here we go. Major League Baseball here today. They're all night games. Start with the Marlins on the road. It's Paul Skeens Day, apparently. And, hey, he's still alive for that. Look, I just like to see Paul Skeens out there. I know my man's going to win the Rookie of the Year award, Jackson Merrill, but Skeens, pretty awesome to watch, still having a great year. But the Pirates at 250, come on, please. I get it. They're at home. They'll probably win this one. I don't want any part of this. I'll be on the Marlins no matter what before I even get to any statistics. Skeens is dominant here. I get it. But look, heavy work here on the under, certainly. But, the bullpens always blow up in this game. I'm going over. I'm taking the Marlins and the over. I don't even know if I'm going to break it down here with this matchup. It's not a playoff matchup or anything. So give me the Marlins here in this one, and I will take the over here. Feels like the under is the popular side of the Sharps here at this point, but not for me. I'll take the over, and I'm going to grab the Marlins on the run line in this one. Maybe I can give some numbers, but this, non-playoff teams here. But what you got, fam, in the chat? Thomas will take Miami. Justin will take it. Is that what it is? Minus $1.05? That sounds pretty good. Probably do it. JW says the Marlins are terrible on, you know how it is with I'm not very good on Mondays either, but feeling good today. Probably after just a fun weekend, good weekend, it felt like. Tom's on the Marlins here. And Billy Eagle Flyer always digging deep over there on DraftKings or something like that. He's always going a little bit one-off for us. Appreciate that. And Look says the Pirates will still get up every time Skeens is pitching. They want to make the most of it for him. He's, Pirates here. Let me see. Do you have any more? I think I'm done with this game. Just try to make the show go longer and spend time with you. There it is. Look at this. Marlins don't win on the road on Monday. What are they doing on Sunday? What are these guys doing on Sunday night? That'd be my question. Maybe they're just bad. And the other thing is, I will say, is that, Monday is often the start of a new series, a lot of times facing a good starter. So, all right. Let's see here. FanDuel. Right. All those ones with the new, right? So, all right. Appreciate that. All right. Next up, let's get into it now with the Reds and the Braves, with Martinez on the road here against Charlie Morton in this one. And you got Morton here, $1.60 at this point. And the total, I haven't called up my baseball odds here, Total 8.5. Juice to the under, pretty much like you see on the screen there. And I'll probably try to find a way to be on the Braves here, even as a favorite. $1.60. This is one I would think would be a $2. One of those $2 moving favorites here at this point is what it feels like to me. But I'm going to take the Braves here today at $1.60 on the show. I've got to take something, and I don't like the Reds here in this spot with Martinez here in this one. So I've got to have the Reds right now. The Reds have played the Braves pretty tough here. They've actually covered the run line in 5 straight games against them. Atlanta's been a massive under at home, and I'll probably have a pick later on in this one, if you know what I mean. But hey, sign up for my picks anyways. But Atlanta's gone under in 11 of their last 12 games at home. So I like Morton maybe to come out with a decent outing here for the old man against Martinez. I'll take the Braves on the money line. That's okay. I don't think I want him on the run line, but Justin will do it here for me as he takes -1.5 at plus 130. Here's Luis on the Braves here. And let's see what else. R. Thompson is on the Reds here in this one. Philly Eagle Flyer says, take Skeen's strikeout prop to go over. Lando here with Reds, first 5. Ray says he likes the under in this one. All right, next up. Whoops, here we go. Reds, Rays, and Phillies with Sulcer going up here against Sanchez. Sanchez is going to be a big $2 favorite here in this one right now. And the total here, right, is... I think we've had a little movement here. Let me make sure. 8 under 20. Yeah, 8 under 20 for sure. We're even seeing at DraftKings right now a 7.5 over at this point. So we're definitely seeing this one on some widely reported steam kind of going under. I don't know about that. I think I might be on the over here in this one with the Rays and the Phillies with Sulcer going up against Sanchez. Tampa Bay, they've been covering the run line of late, 4-1 their last 5 games on the run line. Philadelphia has won 6 of their last 8 games and 9-3 their last 12 at home. They're obviously here going to be a substantial favorite. Tampa Bay's gone under in 14 of their last 19 games on the road coming into this one. I'm going to end up on the over here as my play. The Sharps are on the under for sure, and I'm not riding with them today in this one. I want to go over here with Sulcer on the mound against Sanchez today. Is going to be my play here on the show. Let's see if you guys have anything in this one. You're going to hear less trends from me because after we get to September, really, I mean, I'm not ever throwing out the trends, but the game is different. The approach is different of some teams, certainly here. So let's see what we got. R. Thompson's on the Phillies run line. Luis is on the Phillies. Jermaine's going to go extendo on this one. JW says, Ramon, you got to put the right starter in there. He says, Alexander, the primary. Yeah, for sure. It's bullpen game. We know Tampa Bay. We know how they know how to run this one, right? Dre's on the Phillies. Ray's on the Phillies. This one's all about the consensus here, it feels like, for the Phillies, and it is a run line, says Thomas. So I'll take the over. You guys are on the run line here in this one, and maybe I'll just ride with the chat. Yesterday, I don't think we end up with any consensus yesterday in Major League Baseball. We went over it so quick. I don't know if we did, but I did throw out some winners here on the show yesterday. We had the Reds over there on winnable yesterday. We had the Rockies Brewers under here yesterday, and also Blue Jays and Braves under. We had the Diamondbacks on the Sunday night game. They crushed that one, right? With man, how about it? How about it yesterday? Don't let me bury the lead, certainly in Major League Baseball yesterday with the performance that we saw from Pavin Smith last night with his 3 home runs and 8 RBIs. That was something, right, on Sunday Night Baseball. He also became the first player ever to hit 2 home runs, including a grand slam in the same game against Justin Verlander. Now, players have hit 2 home runs against Justin Verlander, but not with a grand slam in there. Pavin Smith, he was our star of the day in baseball. Phillies in first 5 under. Tampa Bay team total over here for Terrell. And Dougie says the Rams, they kind of screwed him over there in that one. Yeah, just kick it. That's where you want to kick a field goal like Collinsworth. Just listen to him. But then they would have got a chance here. All right. Now that's going to do it for that one. I think I'm going to be on the over, but you guys, like I said, widely reported steam on the under in this game. I'm fading the steam here, but chat consensus on the Phillies. All right, next up, we'll be done here. It's quick. What am I going to do with my life? We're going to start looking at next week's games is what I'm going to do. Royals and Yankees with Carlos Rodon here at $1.75. Total 8.5 here in this one. With the still a big game, pretty big number. In fact, that it might not be $1.75. Hold on. Yeah, okay, it is for sure. So I didn't know if it was going to get away. I don't know. Are they going to pile in on Rodon here against Singer? I was hoping actually they would. I was hoping to get a little bit better I would say better price. Still a pretty good price on the Royals in this one. I kind of want to take them here. Maybe I'll see what the chat's up to because I like this, maybe like the side and total here tonight in this one. For the Yankees, they do dominate the Royals here. They've won 8 of the last 9 games against Kansas City in the Bronx. The total's gone over in 5 straight Yankees games here at home, but the Royals have gone under in 5 of their last 6 games, and this series has gone over in 5 of the last 6 games here in the Bronx when these two teams have met. Let's see here. Let's see what you guys have in the chat in this one. I want to say, oh, man, thank you. Here's Dave. He's giving us a super chat here. Thank you, Dave, for donating to the channel. All right. Appreciate that. And Juice is on the Yanks. Dave, I think Dave just loves me. That's all. I love Dave, too. We do so many great shows together every week from our hometown stuff. I just love it. But I think he shows his appreciation here. Justin here says he's got Singer to go under in his outs. Dre's leaning to Kansas City. And Peasy talking about those home runs last night. I like Pavin, man. And he was awesome in that SportsCenter interview, too. That was great. And let's see here. Luis is on the over in this one. And Look says, Yankees, let's go. And Dougie, I want to thank him for putting his football play in there. I'll definitely put it in there. He's a team member, so let's put it up there right now. All right. And let's see, JD says he's got the Yankees on the run line here. Rodon just gave up 2 versus Kansas City last time out against them. I'm going to take here. Oh, let me make the choice. I'm taking Kansas City here on the run line in this one. I get it. Yankees own these guys, and you guys are going to be on them a little bit, so I better take them on the run line here. And yeah, Jazz has had his problems, it feels like. Definitely. Tariq, though, take the Yankees. So the Yankees pretty popular here. I'm on the other side, I guess, here in this one. Or at least hang in there by a run. All right, next up, the Mets will take on the Blue Jays. And there's no line from the producer here. Probably because we don't necessarily have all the pitching details, but I think it is going to be Chris Bassett here in this one tonight. Let me see here. I'm going to put in the line that I'm starting to see anyway that's been up for a while in a couple books. You got the Mets here, $1.20, 9 under 15. Okay, whatever. Here we go. punch in the line, and there it is with the Mets and the Blue Jays in this one. All right. For the Mets, I mean, I get it. They've been pretty hot here of late with 9 wins in their last 10 games. So, no doubt going to be attracting the attention of the public here. They've also covered the run line in those 9 games as well. So, Mets on fire here. They're trying. We almost kicked them to the curb over the weekend, but they keep on staying alive here at this point. So, yeah, we'll talk about them today for sure. We might have to add them back to the show this weekend if they keep it up right now. 7 games out of first place. But I think more importantly, in the wild card, they've increased their chances here with this run right now. And just in a tie at this point with the Braves. Here you got Padres, Diamondbacks, and then the Mets and the Braves deadlock. They're both at 78 and 65, and the Cubs are starting to fade the Cardinals. So Mets are back alive here, battling it out. Should be some awesome games here this month, certainly. Let's see what you guys have in the chat here. I think I gave a little bit of clue. I might want to try to stop the Mets train, but you guys are probably going to be on them here. There's Darren on the Mets. Luis is on the Jays, though. And the window man, Vientos, going over those total bases here. Baltimore, Trey, come on. Going over here in this one. And Mets first 5 on the run line. Terrell's going to go Toronto team total over, and Juice is taking the Jays here in this one. So you guys are giving the Jays some attention here today, and I think I'm going to take them too. Tariq says he likes the over, and Thomas is on the Jays. I don't know if it is a consensus. There's some Mets support in there, but I'm going to take the Jays today with Bassett in this one against the Mets. Kind of to slow them down here a little bit. Mets have been hot, no doubt. Can't deny that. All right. Couple more here, and that'll be the show for the day. How about it? Orioles and Red Sox with Povich on the mound here going up against the Red Sox and Belo. In this one, the Red Sox, $1.25. Total 9.5. This one's been all over the place, it feels like, with this total to a certain extent. I saw it as low as 9 under. I've even seen some books, I don't know now, 9.5 flat, but I thought there was one book that actually carried a 10 at one point, and maybe there will be some movement here. FanDuel did they had 10 and Bovada even snuck in a 10 there for a while, and it got shut down is what it felt like. So all right, let's see what you guys have in this one between the Orioles and the Red Sox. The Red Sox have gone under in 5 of their last 6 games at home. Boston, they've been hanging in there against the Orioles here, it feels like. Certainly, the total's gone over in 8 of the last 9 meetings between these two teams in Boston. Here we go with the comments here, maybe from the chat. Let's see what we got. Hey, Crystal's here today. Great to have Crystal. We're already done with that game. I got to put what she said on here as well. Hey, let me just bring a little variety into the show. At least some games are moving for next week in college football. Let me pass those along while we're here. We need a little football talk, and I don't know if we're going to get to much today. So let's roll off the steam. In fact, some of this steam is even more important at this point because of the early of it. We're on the air here for a couple of them, so no handicap here. Let me just pass these along. Hawaii and Sam Houston just moments ago is moving under 51.5 between Hawaii and Sam. We're seeing some steam here on the under in that one. We're also seeing another Houston, but a different Houston. Rice and Houston. We're seeing this one steamed to the over right now. This one taking action here just moments ago, and we're going to see this one move up to 42 or higher here at this point with Rice and Houston. Some steam here on the morning steam. Also, one steam move from the NFL that came in maybe a half hour ago, and I just missed it. But like I said, I want to pass these along to you. New England, Seattle at New England. The total was about 40 or so. We're seeing that one under 40 here now, moving under 40 with Seattle and New England on some widely reported steam. About a half hour ago, might actually calm down the market a little bit, but it did get hit under here this morning. Early moves on Monday, interesting to note, and worthy of our attention. Here we go. All right, let me continue on with the Orioles and the Red Sox and see what you guys had in this one. We've got Luis on the O's here. Jermaine says, he's on that Jays game back there. Over and the Orioles, says Dre, our Baltimore correspondent. I think Fernando's saying too many people on the over here in this one. I was kind of going to want to roll with them here, Fernando. I kind of want to go with the squares here a little bit. And Tariq says he's had a bad time here with the Orioles in this one. I'm kind of want to take the Orioles here. It feels like to me at even money with Povich. Darren's going under here in this one. Oh, Fernando was talking about the Mets game. Okay. So let me go ahead and I'm going to take the over here in this one with the Orioles and the Red Sox. I kind of like that 10, actually. I think that we will see double digits here. I'm going to take the over with the Orioles and the Red Sox, and so is Fernando. All right. Angels and Twins. Angels on the road here with Reed Detmers going up against Festa here for the Twins. The Twins have won 5 of the last 6 meetings between these two teams. Let me see. This total might actually be up to 8 here at this point. I say up to 8. It was 8.5 and started to move lower, and that's why it's 8 under 15. But I have it touching 7.5 at a few spots before it got hit back to the over. So this one's a little bit interesting for me here, but the Angels have played competitively against the Twins. They've covered the run line in 13 of the last 18 meetings between these two teams, but it's been all Twins here kind of late. I like Detmers in this spot, and I kind of want to take the Angels here on the run line. I think I'm going to do that, actually. 4 of the last 5 meetings between these two teams in Minnesota have gone over here, but maybe Dre's on the under. I don't know what we're going to get here with the chat of this matchup. Not great. I'm taking Reed Detmers. Widely reported steam did come in on the under here, and I think that's why you saw the number that I had there on screen. Maybe I was overreacting, but there definitely were some 7.5s in this game. Let me see here when that was here. Just maybe 90 minutes ago to 2 hours ago, but then it was hit back up to 8 here in this one. So, all right, I think that might be it for this game. I do like the total here, and I'm probably going to have it in my package over there at Winnable today. So I'll take the Angels here on the run line as my play here on the show. All right, Guardians will take on the White Sox here with Cantillo on the mound going up against Nastrini for the White Sox. And maybe, if anything, this is where not saying I'm going to always take the White Sox, but I'd rather take them now in September than maybe even when we were kind of making fun of all their losses and everything. The Sharps are clearly on the White Sox, it feels like, here in this game. This line is almost manageable. Total here, we've seen 8.5, we've seen 9 to the under right now. It's definitely either 8.5 over 20 or 9 under 15 here. I'll call it 8.5 over 20, it feels like. But I don't know if I want to do, say I want the White Sox publicly here and embarrass myself, but I think that would be the way that I would try to lean. But give me the under here in this one. I'm not going to, we are dealing with the worst team. We know all the stats. We've been talking about it all summer. So maybe Thomas has it right here, but I don't know. 2.5, 2 runs might be manageable. 2.5 would be pretty, even at this price. Feels like pretty heavily juiced. Let me see what that price is on plus 2 runs today. If I got it, I don't have it quite yet. It looks like they'll get to it. So I'll just take the total here in this one. Our Thompson's on the under here with me. Luis says White Sox run line. It just feels like this is a one situation, a situation here for the White Sox with Cantillo going, Dre on the under as well. Under for sure, says Fernando here. So okay, I think that is the right feel anyway. That maybe it's flat for the Guardians. Maybe the White Sox can be competitive here. I'm not going to give them out. Give me the under here in this one. Justin says, how about that series right now? I don't know if I got into the series history of the White Sox of any of these. I didn't write it down. Couple more here. Last one. We got Hendricks on the mound going up against Buehler. This one's going to be heavily public on the over, it feels like, in this one. Look at that, 9.5 over 20, and still that is the case. Yeah, it's 9.5 flat everywhere, so maybe a little bit of push to the under. I'm not buying it. I think this will be a high-scoring game with these two tonight. We do want to see Buehler. Look, the Dodgers are in a situation. We got to figure out which of these pitchers is going to make it to the postseason, right? And Buehler should be that guy if he can get it together at all. Does feel like he'd be one of the guys that would use in the starting rotation if you don't have Kershaw here at this point. And Hendricks going for the Cubs is pretty easy to pick on, it feels like. Cubs have won 5 straight games here right now on the road, and also been covering those run lines a little bit. Dodgers have won 8 of the last 10 meetings between these two here in Los Angeles, and 5 of the last 6 meetings have gone over between these two. Pretty high line here. I think the Dodgers probably end up smoking the Cubs today, it feels like. Give me the Dodgers on the run line as my play. I'm probably going to save the total here, but you can follow me over at Winnable. Let me get your plays here real quick. Maybe Dre went over in this one, but looks like we're kind of done with the comments. Maybe we're done with the show. So please join me over at winnable.com. That's where I put my best plays now. And here on a Monday, I'm going to definitely have a little package of baseball and maybe a little something on Monday Night Football. But I also have a free package over there where you're going to get some great info. Just starting to figure it out as far as what type of info you guys want and want me to send out, but it's mostly a lot of plays from me on my high volume approach. I want to keep you always in action after I get off the show with some other sports too that we don't always kind of cover here. I know we cover just the major sports. We're expanding that certainly, but also cover some others. Other sports, middle of the night, baseball action from Asia. I like AFL. I like a little rugby here and there, and soccer as well. So please join me over at winnable.com and use the promo code STEAM to save 20% off my premium pick packages over there. Now, this is how I'll be conducting business moving forward. So your support is appreciated, and you can do so by subscribing to my picks over at Winnable, and they come right to your phone. You can turn on the notifications. And sometimes I'm sending out some games that are just, starting within the half hour. Some of that late steam, if you will. So that's how we're going to do it. We'll have early plays. We'll have late plays. If you miss them, we're going to have to condition you a little bit to be ready for those. But I just want you to have some plays ready. You're sitting there and maybe you didn't take notes from the show. Maybe you don't even have a pick. You're going to watch the game. And maybe you could just fire up the app and see what Ramon has in case you're ready. Something in the lines of that. I think that's where we're doing it here, and we're expanding here at Sports Money, our new channel. This is great. You guys are going to have great content here. We got the videos from guys like PZ, Subhuman, and Mike's show as well at 6 p.m. Eastern today, 3 p.m. Pacific here today on Sports Money. Check out Pre-Gaming. Mike will have baseball picks for you, and, of course, an extensive preview of Monday Night Football, the Jets and the Niners. And we'll be back with you tomorrow here at 9 a.m. Eastern and 6 a.m., maybe 3 a.m. is where we need to go with that. 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 a.m. Pacific, more morning steam tomorrow on the Sports Money Network. That's where we're at. We've got a great channel here, but also the work that Mikey and I are going to be doing. We got the Sports Money Network. Consensus plays here. Philadelphia Phillies on the run line. It was also the San Francisco 49ers. They're right. Was that right, Thomas? I talked us into it. Oh, was it the money line, though, that we ended up doing with the 49ers just to be on the conservative side? That's okay. I think that sounds fine here, as long as it doesn't get too close to $2 or something. I think it is, though, right now, actually. But that's okay. We're okay with that. And a few more comments. Thank you, everybody, for joining me here in the chat. Justin and R. Thompson, Big Skip wants to know what AFL is. That's a crazy game in Australia where they play football, kind of a mix between rugby and maybe American football. And it's a crazy game. It's really cool. And they're in the finals right now of that league. And it comes on, though, usually between midnight Eastern and 5 a.m. Eastern is when they play the games. So it's not for everybody, but I like watching in the middle of the night when I'm getting ready for the morning steam. Thank you, Lando, for everything. Good luck to you as well. And that's going to do it. All right. Thank you, everybody, for the morning steam. We'll catch you tomorrow. I'll be here at 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific for Sports Money Network. I'm Ramon Scott. So long.